His Majesty King Faisal of Saudi Arabia, by common consent, the wisest and the shrewdest of all the 48 sons of King Abdulaziz, the founder of the kingdom. King Faisal, a desert warrior at 13, is now in his early 60s. He prays 5 times a day, and he lives strictly according to the Muslim code. He doesn't drink or smoke, and he lives modestly. Whereas his brother, ex-King Saud, whom he deposed in 1964, is alleged to have had more than 360 wives and concubines, King Faisal has only one wife. He was convinced that economic chaos and an Egyptian-inspired coup would be almost inevitable if King Saud was allowed to continue his reckless rule. King Saud, Faisal thought, was playing right into Nasser's hands. Faisal was convinced that the only way to keep Nasser at bay was to implement a crash program of economic and social reform. On the surface, there is no doubt that King Faisal is making great progress. One difficulty is the sheer size of his desert kingdom. It's spread over an area roughly 10 times the size of Britain, but its population is less than half of London's. The fantastic pace at which new modern roads are eating into the desert has earned Saudi Arabia the title of the fastest developing country in the world. Unlike most developing countries, Saudi Arabia, because of her vast oil wealth, is not short of money. But the rate at which it's being poured out to finance new roads is so great that the king's accountants have difficulty in keeping up to date with the cost of it all. In 1957, the total budget for the development of all forms of communications was £9 million. Last year, nearly 70 million was spent on development projects, most of them roads.